Hello, good afternoon. It's your boy, the Fat Boy. Now prioritizing my team career mode. Anyway, welcome to Montreal, Canada. We are gonna head to qualifying and let's see how we do, yeah? So here in the first lap, we are going out halfway. Not halfway. With just above 3 minutes to go, as you can see on the timer on the top right. But now we heading down the final back straight, going with a lot of DRS, using our ERS on hot lap mode as well. Heading down the final chicane. Oh, we took that beautifully. That was really quick. But now because the start finish line, we get a 1 minute 11.7, and that puts us in P21. So obviously we want to aim for better result, and we're now 5 tenths up on our current delta, and we are 1 tenth faster than Mick Schumacher in sector 2. Well, not sector 2, in our current lap time. I'm trying to aim for 600 milliseconds as we head down the final back straight as usual with DRS, ERS and hot lap mode. Our ERS is going to finish heading down the final chicane. The final right left chicane. We took the chicane slower though, and now we are above 600 milliseconds. Can we make it to 650 milliseconds? No, and we are gonna be out of Q1. Oh my goodness, we are just almost past Giovinazzi there. Oh, we could have got to Q2, and Tictum is also out. But as I always say, no points on Saturday. That's it for qualifying, and I'll see you on the grid for race day.
Bonjour! It's time once again to go racing here in Montreal, the second largest French-speaking city in the world, and home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. We'll be seeing top speeds of around 210 miles an hour here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around two-thirds of the lap taken at full throttle. High-speed chicanes spell potential danger, especially at the infamous Wall of Champions. And watch out for overtaking into the hairpin and the final chicane. It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat, Anthony Davidson. And our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching for as they go down into turn one?
Well, the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that everyone is able to get off to a clean start, and this is possibly the trickiest part of the entire race. So many drivers in such a small space, and finding your braking point into turn one as well. It's a testament to the driver's skill that there aren't more incidents.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Perez, Lando Norris and Ricciardo, Leclerc, Gasly, Tsunoda and Fernando Alonso, Vettel, Stroll, Antonio Giovinazzi and Ocon, Russell, Sainz, Mick Schumacher and the Black Mamba, Latifi, Tictum, Mazepin and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Now in the pre-race build-up. Okay, it seems like that rain is gonna come somewhere in the middle of the race. And my team is uh, wanting me to go for the mediums first. But I also thought that maybe I should go on a soft so that I can have the fastest pace possible before going to the inters. And since in the rain you can save a lot of fuel, I'm gonna underfuel the car way more than usual. But probably not too much. So that we can make it to the finish line, cause it looks like that there's gonna be it's gonna be dry towards the end of the race, so maybe we might go on slicks. So we're gonna remove 0.7 laps of fuel, and now here come the 5 lights. Everyone's revving up their engines, And it's lights out, and we are underway here for the Canadian Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz had a bad start. We had the good traction on the exit, and we're now 3 wide with Sainz and Mick Schumacher heading down turn 1. We get a warning for collision with him for squeezing him out, I guess. But now Carlos Sainz should have the better traction of the exit because he's on a soft tire, which gives more grip and gives more speed, but does have a shorter lifespan. So anyway, back into the race, we go down the inside of Mick Schumacher there into the second chicane, and we go for a huge dive bomb on Sainz, almost hitting Esteban Ocon along the way. And there's a bit of contact between me and the Ferrari. And now our problem is not only in front and he's not behind us. We're side by side with Mick Schumacher, and there's damage! There's damage! Mick Schumacher has hit us! He has front wing damage. We have front wing damage. And this should be confirmed. Confirmed got safety car 1. And yes, the safety car is now out. Oh, whoa. And now there's a safety car, and look at that, everyone's bunched up. What's happening with Schumacher, Tictum, Latifi? They're slow down. They're too slow. And we just have to go to the pits. Now we can change to the soft tires. It's only lap 1. It's only lap 1 and there's a safety car. This is history in my team career mode, and we're now nothing to do. We have nothing to do now. We just have to box for a new front wing, and Mick Schumacher is gonna follow me in the pits as well. And I have no idea why there's a silhouette of the front wing, like they're shaped like a front wing there. Even though our front wing is completely broken thanks to the Haas. And look, comparing between both of our pit stops, we have our team and Haas F1 have similar pit stop timings. But anyway, we are still ahead of Schumacher. So anyway, going to the end of the safety car on lap 3. It's raining already, so this is going to be the first wet race of the season. And it's time to change. And it's time to change to the Inters because I had so much wheel spin, way more wheel spin than usual on the exit of the hairpin. Like way more wheel spin than usual. So we're gonna take the risk. We are gonna go for ballsy moves heading into the pits, and we almost sped in the pit lane. We could have got 5-second penalty. So yes, it is time for the Inters, but I'm not sure if I can catch up to the pack before they go into the pits. And alongside with a slow pit stop, a 2.9-second pit stop is not ideal. But anyway, we'll see. Heading down the pit exit, yes, it's too wet. We have to go to the Inters. Everyone should be boxing to the Inters. So anyway, heading down the end of the lap, heading into the hairpin, we lock up the front right. I think we broke a bit too late. And now if you look at the bottom left, the map, everyone is rushing into the pit lane. Our teammate Tictum is in the pits, Schumacher's in the pits, Latifi, Raikkonen's in the pits, Sainz is in the pits, Stroll, Vettel, they're all in the pits, Ocon's in the pits. Giovinazzi is in the pits also. And we're now just gonna pass everyone, so it's just technically a giveaway for me, so at least we have a good start. So let's see how everyone up ahead at the front of the pack is gonna do, how well they're doing. And Lando Norris has not switched to the Inters. It's gonna be the same thing like Sochi in it's gonna be the same thing in Russia. Lando Norris had the lead in Russia, but then he chose not to pit, and then he suffered aquaplaning. And now Sergio Perez and Bottas are leading the race. They haven't switched to the Inters as well. Gasly has not switched to the Inters. And let's see how Lando Norris is gonna do as he's gonna spin. He's spinning, and he oh my goodness, he's stuck on the curb. He is stuck on the curb. He's not gonna move. I think he's gonna be off the race. And now Carlos Sainz, he has good traction of the exit, better traction than me, and there's a yellow flag, and I have an illegal overtake on Sainz, and Norris is just stuck there. There's nothing that Sainz could do to help his former McLaren teammate, and the safety car is out once again, and Norris has been disqualified, and Mick Schumacher is stuck there. He's out of the session. Oh, he must have spun as well, even though he was on an Inters. Oh my goodness, this is so much action. Way more action than I've ever seen in my entire life. Apart from Hungary 2021. Now everyone on the south should be rushing to go in the pits, and this is the second safety car that we've ever had. The second safety car that we should have now. As now I have to keep within the delta pace as Alonso goes into the pits, and that brings us up to P14. And there's no one now. Alonso should be somewhere at the back. He should be P22 now. So now he is heading towards the end of this. We are heading towards the end of this lap. We are aggressively warming up the tires, keeping our distance from Sainz because we do not want to get a 5-second penalty for collisions under yellow flags. And we get a very bad exit. We get a very bad exit heading towards the final back straight. And now Lewis Hamilton is taking the lead. The safety car, the green Aston Martin safety car, is going to the end of this lap, and he has quite a bit of wheel spin and oversteer, and we are underway as green flags are out. Green flag, go, go, go! As now Lewis Hamilton goes into turn 1 and turn 2. And we had quite a bad start as well. I think we had a wheel spin towards the end of the final turn as Giovinazzi is side by side. And we should be able to clear the Alfa Romeo driver who's going to leave for Penske Formula E team, because he's going to move to Formula E next year, or at least by the end of the season. And that's P15 for us already, and now we're just trying to catch up to our teammate Tictum as we had a bit of oversteer there. We had quite a bit of oversteer there as Giovinazzi tries to go for the switchback move, but we just cover him off there, and we did quite well by parking the car at the apex. But now we are side by side with him, and I decide to not give him space. Heading, oh my goodness, there's so much wheel spin. We are just too eager on the throttle, I guess. So now Giovinazzi is gonna go side by side with me into the hairpin. I think I should have reduced the amount of fuel I had a lot more. So that's a learning point for today. We can I think we can reduce like to 2 laps, remove 2 laps of fuel, I guess, maybe. So now heading towards the end of lap 8, we head down the final chicane. Ooh, we cut the corner a little bit. I think we should have got a warning there. And so we're still ahead of Giovinazzi. And now going to the end of lap 14, we fast forward towards the end of the final back straight. Heading into lap 15, Mazepin is doing quite a good job in P13 as we graze the wall of champions, and heading down turn 1, we are starting to close up to Tictum. I'm not sure if he's able to I'm not sure if I'm better than him at racing in the rain. And now heading down the second chicane, Tictum has a bit of oversteer, and that's gonna allow me to get past him as we go for a dive bomb down the inside. He does have a front left lockup, and we almost got so much wheel spin, and now we are ahead of him, thankfully. So now our goal is to catch Nikita Mazepin. Now into lap 16, do not be confused, you look at the top left, is already lap 16. Now heading down the hairpin, Mazepin is 1.1 seconds away from me, and I think we should have quite a good exit, but we get too much wheel spin. But we did gain 2/10 on him at the exit of the hairpin. And now I don't know why the game is starting to be a bit choppy. We are starting to catch up to the young Russian driver. Heading down the final chicane, trying to take care of the car, trying to be careful to the corner so that we don't crash into the wall. Now heading into the second last lap of the race. We are just now right behind Nikita Mazepin. We are even hitting his rain lights, I think that's what they call it in F1, the blinking red light there. Now we are just trying to follow him. We are gonna get quite a lot of dirty air. And not only that, in the rain, the amount of grip on the track is being reduced greatly, so it's not gonna help. As now we go for a sneak peek down the inside of Nikita Mazepin, and we are now ahead of the Haas, and that puts us into P13. Now we should be. Now we just try to bring the car home as we just completely cut the corner there, and now heading into the last lap of the race. Tictum has overtaken Mazepin as Hamilton takes the checkered flag for Mercedes. I think that's 26 points with the fastest lap. And there's a Ferrari in third. I think that's Charles Leclerc, if I'm not wrong. And Bottas, I think he's third, fourth, fifth. He's seventh place for Mercedes. So Mercedes are only gonna get 32 points today. As now we're gonna head down the final chicane, and at the moment we are gonna take P13. Tictum, our teammate, is gonna finish in P14, and this is a very good result for us.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
That's it then for another magnificent Canadian Grand Prix, and they've hung on to take a sublime victory here today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
Now looking at the race result, Hamilton takes pole, Verstappen gets second, and Charles Leclerc gets third. Bottas is in 7, and George Russell, he's in P8 for Williams. A car that's fighting at the back of the midfield has gone for 4 points, taking 8th place. So Williams are definitely going to improve, and his teammate is only in P17. And Russell brings himself up to P11, and we are demoted to P15, and our team is demoted to P9 as well. So this is a very bad result for us in terms of the championship, but at least we finish ahead than what we expected. So in the rivalry, we are still 1 point behind Esteban Ocon. I think we can still get him by the end of the next few races. As we're now up to acclaim level 8, and again another payout from our sponsors. So at least we do get a bit of cash in return. And let's just go back to Team HQ. So now looking at upgrades, we are getting aero and chassis upgrades. I hope that all our upgrades are gonna be successful. And oh my god, of course one upgrade has to fail.
Expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed quality control.
But looking at the power unit, our power unit
R&D
is
screen.
fairly decent. As our power unit is can be comparable with other teams. Even Ferrari has a worse power unit than ours. Okay, anyway, here's the end of this video. Subscribe and bye bye.